everyone, this is Alicia Chang from EDUKWEST here at the Launch Education and Kids Conference at the Microsoft Silicon Valley Conference Center. I'm here with a new startup called PlayTell from San Francisco. They just came out of stealth mode yesterday and the judges loved them. So Jason DePerro is an old friend of mine, actually a mutual friend that I went to graduate school with. So I've actually known a little bit about PlayTell for a while. And can you say your name real quick so I don't mess it up? Semira?
No worries. Semira Rahemtulla
is the co-founder of PlayTell, and why don't you tell us, Semira, about the idea and how it came about and how you guys kind of got together and started the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So PlayTell is essentially a way for families to get more quality time together while they're apart. The app basically combines video chat with ebooks and games that they can read together while they're inside of a video call. And the idea came about for me sometime last year when I had regular Skype dates with my nephew who lives in Seattle and I live in San Francisco. And I had just come home from a visit to Seattle where I had bought him this stack of books that we read together every night, Dr. Seuss, his favorite. And it was just really frustrating when I got home.
You were watching him on the screen.
Yeah, and so I actually bought some of the books a second time for me to have so that we could actually read the books together. And it just seems sort of ridiculous, right? Like, we don't need to buy the same book twice just so that we can have story time together while we're apart, especially with the technology that we have today. And so, I mean, it was such a simple idea that all we need to do is split the screen on Skype to have a collaborative area plus the video chat at the top so that we could have story time together. And so that's sort of how the idea was born, but that was just the seed of the idea, you know, and what it led to us thinking about is, well, how can we make this app as close to an in-person visit as possible, right? There's so much more that we do when we're interacting in person that we could bring onto a digital platform like the iPad, right? So you see in PlayTell, it's not just video chat plus a book. There are actually a bunch of other ways that you can communicate by touch and different things like that to get closer to that in-person experience.
So how did you two meet, and kind of, Jason, when did you join Semira on this journey?
Yeah, we met last summer at a program called Founder Labs, which is a incubator, five-week program, and it just brings together individuals that are business professionals, designers, and engineers. And we met and started talking and playing with the idea and testing it. And each week we would build something and go test it with families, and it just turned into something fantastic. So we've been working together now for over almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be out of stealth?
It feels great. It looks only slightly different than being in stealth right now, but we're hoping that changes.
Well, I think one of the great points from your presentation was that there's a difference between just generic screen time and then active engagement with, you know, technology. So there's actually been some science that shows that interacting with someone via video is very different than just watching a person on a screen, let's say, doing something. So I think that there's actually a lot of cognitive benefits to something like this. So can you talk about, I guess, some of the feedback you've gotten from educators and how you can kind of bring this all together for both families and perhaps teachers or tutors in schools as well?
Yeah, the studies that you mentioned, they're actually really interesting. There are a number that talk about how reading on your own or having a video or an interactive book read to you is not the same as having, well, obviously isn't the same as having someone read with you in person or read live, but the studies have shown that having someone read with you live actually helps you learn to read faster and develop that love of learning and that love of reading a lot more than you could ever get from sort of an automated book just reading to you or a video just reading to you.
Right.
And so that's really what we're trying to facilitate, is bringing together the person who, grandma or mom or dad, the people who are most excited about teaching their kids to read, right, and inspiring that love of learning and bringing them together. And to your other point, so we've built the platform to be fairly generic in terms of the audiences that it can reach and the content that it can hold. So we're starting with families and children ages 3 to 7, but in time we're going to expand out to teachers and tutors and mentors and a number of other different verticals, which we'll do pretty easily based on the way that we've built the platform.
So I really like that it brings together not just, I guess, the instructional part of reading and just straight up literacy, but also social and emotional connections and development. And so I think, what was your tagline about memories?
Make memories.
Make memories, not small talk. So I think that's really great because there's something about that connection where you see the person on the screen. You could see like what their facial expressions are and they're reacting to the book, and you can use like funny voices with your nephew and things like that. So I think this is really great. So you're in private beta right now?
That's right. We're in private beta. We'll be launching in the App Store closer to the end of the summer.
So this is PlayTell for the iPad?
That's right.
Okay, and so it's free. It's going to be free to download?
Yeah, the app is completely free to use. And in time, we'll be bringing on more books and more games that you can play together. And so that'll be the piece that you subscribe to get access to.
Great. So Jason, do you have anything to kind of wrap this up? Like, how do you feel about what are you guys going to be working on the rest of the year? Like,
our future developments. Well,
yes.
we talked about some of them on stage yesterday. We'll be adding the ability to watch some videos together. So they'll be able to look at some videos that will be brought in from sources like the kids' YouTube channel, for example, as well as the memories piece where we'll be able to share and save the nice photos and also the entire video session from the play date, we call them. So that whether it's the kid, if grandma isn't online, the kid can go back and watch the book that they read together, or if, vice versa, grandma wants to see that moment as well. And we have some other things in the works that we haven't shared yet, but we're excited to be building. But yeah, it's going well.
Awesome. So I'll definitely follow up with you soon. So people sign up at playtell.com for
That's
the beta?
right.
So go to playtell.com, sign up for the beta, and follow them on Twitter at GoPlayTell. So thanks, guys. It was great talking to you.
Thanks, Alicia.
Thanks, Alicia.